What is going on, everybody? Yes, I was off last week, but I am back. This is Thursday Thrashing Friday. I am Vince Russo, and you are not. And you know what else I am? I'm just a Juggalo, and everywhere I go, people know the part I'm playing. Paid for every dance, selling each romance. Ooh, what they're saying. There will come a day, youth will pass away. What will they say about me? Well, the end comes, I know that there's just a Juggalo. Life goes on without me. Bro, you know what's hysterical? And I wore this jersey for a reason. I wore it for a reason, bro. Because before I officially announced that I was working with Juggalo Championship Wrestling, I was talking for weeks about talking with a wrestling promotion. And it was on and off. It was touch and go. But I was talking about possibly getting back into writing again. Bro, here's what's hysterical. When I was talking about that, I was wearing this jersey, bro. I was wearing this jersey, but yet somehow, some way, the brilliant Conan, the even more brilliant Disco Inferno, the even more brilliant Dave Meltzer all reported I was going to NWA. Bro, I got to tell you, I have no idea where they got that from. Zero idea. Never did I mention NWA. Never did I bring up NWA. I was wearing this jersey, you freaking idiots. Now, do you understand why you can't believe dirt sheets? You can't believe clickbait. You can't believe headlines. You can't believe any of that shit. I never had one conversation with Billy Corgan. Not one. So whoever pulled that out of their ass, now you look like absolute freaking idiots. That's why I always tell you guys, bro, when I don't know something for sure, I'm not going to talk about it. Those guys didn't know crap. And here's the funny part, bro. Conan and Disco, who are supposed to be my good friends, you think one of them picked up the phone and asked me? Nobody called me, bro. And I'm pretty darn sure nobody called Billy Corgan. Because if somebody would have called Billy Corgan would have said, I haven't had a conversation with Vince in a couple of years. Didn't even bother to call, bro. They just ran with a story that had absolutely no truth to it. My God, bro, the truth is, I had been talking to Violent J, I don't know, bro, for the last 9 months. And, you know, we were talking about me doing something with the company, and then ICP went on tour, and then Jay would come back and we talk a little bit more, and then he would go on tour again. So it took a while. I also had to make sure it was the right fit for me and the right fit for Jay. Bro, people don't understand this. Juggalo Championship in 19. Violent J has been doing this for 26 years. I met Jay probably 1996. So, we knew of each other. And then we had we both had the same acquaintance in the great Sean Oliver. Guys, I love Sean. Kayfabe commentaries. He does the podcast with Kevin Nash. Sean Oliver has written about 10 books. Sean Oliver wrote an ICP book. So Sean was friends with me. Sean was friends with Violent J. Sean was very instrumental in bringing us together. The NWA, bro, whoever pulled that out of their ass, you're absolute idiots. I never teased it. I never mentioned it. Was never a thought in my head. And like I said, bro, the conversations with me and Violent J, my God, bro, they were probably going on 9 to 12 months for a really long time. But I had nothing to report, so I didn't say nothing. But then as we were getting closer, I wore the freaking jersey, you idiots. And then Dave Meltzer likes to play it off like, oh yeah, Russo tried to swerve us. I didn't try to swerve anybody, jackass. I think that hair dye is going to your brain. I didn't try to swerve anybody. I didn't say nothing. This is how incompetent these people are, bro. That is why I don't say something that I don't know for sure. Okay, we're going to talk a lot about this, guys. I am here to answer all and every questions. I want to say this, bro. I want to say thank you to you guys because the brand new episode of JCW Lunacy, it comes on every Thursday night on their YouTube channel. Just go to JCW Lunacy. Came on last night at 7 o'clock. It was the first show that I was involved in the writing. We had 1,000 people watching the show live, which was a record for them. The last I looked, man, the show aired at about 7 o'clock last night. I think right now it's up to about 13,000 views, which is freaking awesome, man. I want to thank you guys. I want to thank you guys for this. Listen, this is going to be a slow build. You don't, what does they say, bro? You don't build Rome overnight. Fortunately, I got an unbelievable base. And I've got an unbelievable base because of Violent J and because of that roster. Bro, I got to be honest with you. When I was checking out this company before I had made a decision, and I was watching some of the characters that Jay had created and some of the performances, bro, far and away, better than anything you'd see on Raw, SmackDown, AEW, far and away. You got to remember, bro, Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope built an empire out of nothing. Do you understand that, bro? These are not corporate people. These are regular guys, blue-collar guys, bro, like me and you who work their asses off. ICP is still performing today, bro. I think they officially started in 89. Do the freaking math, bro. Seriously. You don't think Violent J and Shaggy 2 Dope aren't creative guys? So when I watched this show and I saw some of these characters, I was like, are you effing kidding me? And then in the conversations I had with Jay, he wanted to bring the show to the next level. He wanted the show to be seen by more people. How many times have you heard me say that, bro? That the WWE and AEW have a niche audience and they're catering to a niche audience. How many times have you heard me say that? Jay knew he had a niche audience. He knew he had an audience of juggalos, and he knew if I want to expand my company, I need to expand the audience. And who did that? Vince Russo. Thus, the conversations started. But it was the creativity that I saw on the episodes of Lunacy that I was watching on a weekly basis. And I'm like, bro, this is good stuff, man. This is good stuff. They just got to mainstream this a little bit more. And what do I always talk about with mainstream, bro? You've got to have a little bit of a reality base. You know, wrestling, I talk about it all the time, bro. They live in a wrestling freaking bubble. Triple H lives in a bubble. Tony Khan lives in a bubble. Heyman, Pritchard, Hayes, they live in a bubble. They don't even know what's going on in the real world. You got to have a show that can relate to the viewer. My God, bro, on the first show, we had a guy named Cocaine get fired for being caught doing cocaine. Are you kidding me? That's show number one. But again, this is Violent J being 10 steps ahead of everybody else. You know, bro, I always give Corgan, bro, listen, I know Billy Corgan. And Billy Corgan did great things for my children. And I have always said, bro, you don't start these Smashing Pumpkins from nothing unless you are a genius. And the same goes for Violent J and his partner, Shaggy 2 Dope, bro. God, they created something they're doing 35 years later. And I had the opportunity to attend my first 2 ICP shows, and these guys blew my socks off, bro. So listen, man, I want to answer any and all questions that you have today, man, pertaining to me, Juggalo Championship Wrestling, how this thing started, where this thing is going. I worked with them 4 straight days. I rode the tour bus, bro. I was on the tour bus. I did it all. So if you guys want to ask me any questions, any comments, anything, man, you could do that through a super sticker or a donation. And I will pull you right up on the screen like I am bringing up my good friend Danimal. Welcome back, Juggabro. Saw ICP back in 2015 in Poughkeepsie, New York. It was Faygo everywhere. Guys, 800 bottles of Faygo per night. 800 bottles per night. I would say their concert is about an hour 30. Bro, 800 bottles in an hour 30. Unfreaking believable. What you know Ben Hameen, commit to the bit. Bro, how many times do we see wrestlers go on social media, bro? You know, Rhea Ripley, who's mommy on top on TV, and then we go to social media and she's buying gifts and presents for everybody and she's petting cats. How many times do we see that, bro? And how many times do we talk about commit to the bit, commit to the bit, commit to the bit? Let me tell you something, guys. I showed up at the first show in Denver. You guys know I live in Colorado. It was probably 30 minutes away. Bro, I show up to this show in Denver. I get there at about 10 o'clock. I'm looking for Violent J. not too hard to find. You know why, bro? 10 o'clock, Violent J was in makeup. 10 o'clock in the morning. That's committing to the bit. You hear us talk about that all the time. Bro, this guy's in makeup at 10 o'clock in the morning. The ICP show didn't go on stage till about 9 o'clock. Might have even been 10 o'clock. You understand that? Do you understand? That's committing to the bit. Let's bring up good old Catman, bro. What's going on, Catman, my friend? Whoop, whoop, my friend. Much clown love. Thank you, Catman. Let's go to Clovian Stee, HBK versus Booker T, the dream match no one mentions. I never saw that match, bro. That's why I probably never mention it. Never saw that match. Catman, once again, I see you got yourself a jersey. All you need is a Hatchet Man necklace and you're all set. Well, this is swag, bro. I got some swag, bro. It's all about the swag. Guys, I just want to lay some foundation for you. Guys, I had not been really on the road since I quit TNA in 2012. So that's coming on 14 years because it was late. It was late in the year. The thought of going on the road sickened me, made me sick to my stomach. John, thank you for the cheers, bro. Let me turn on my my Twitch. Thank you for the cheers. So I knew I was going on the road for 4 straight days, bro. And I am expecting the absolute worst. You guys know what I was used to, bro. You know the political bullshit that I went through at freaking WWE, WCW, TNA when Bischoff and Hogan came aboard. You know the shit I went to. So I am expecting the absolute worst. 4 days, bro. And keep in mind, 2 of the 4 days were in Denver. So it was a 30-minute car ride, bro. 30-minute car ride. I'm not even on the road. I was dreading this. Briank. Vince making wrestling great again like 1989. Thank you, my friend. But I can promise you, I am not doing it alone. I am doing it with a bunch of great people. So, guys, I am expecting the worst. And, guys, let's be clear. I worked for an indie promotion on and off here in Colorado. And it never worked out, bro, because I was not going to stand for the disrespectful nature of 20-something-year-old wrestlers who never did anything in the business. The last thing I'm going to do, bro, is allow myself to be disrespected by punks. It ain't going to happen. So I always wound up leaving. So again, I'm preparing for the worst. So I walk into Denver and I see Violent J in clown makeup. Then one by one, I start meeting the crew. I start meeting cameraman Jeff. I start meeting Rudy. I start meeting Billy. I start meeting all the crew. Then one by one, I'm meeting the talent who are so gracious, coming up to me, Mr. Russo. And I'm like, Mr. Russo, nothing. I'm Vince. I'm not Mr. Russo. So gracious. They're bowing heads. Bro, they were bowing heads. Mr. Russo. We are so happy you're here. Mr. Russo. And I'm like, okay, bro, I'm sure Jay told these people to be on their best behavior. No question about it. Lawrence Laza Johnson. What's going on, my friend? Excited to see what you do with JCW. Well, bro, watch the first episode, bro. It aired last night, you guys. We got a cliffhanger, a good old cliffhanger. A lot of good stuff going around. So, bro, I go right into work mode. I'm there to work. Bro. We got about 10 pre-tapes. Let's go. Bro, as the day is going on, something seems to be missing. Something's off. Something's weird. And I sit down for a few minutes. I'm like, why does this feel off? And then it dawns on me, bro, there's no drama. This is a drama-free zone. There's no wrestlers talking about each other. There's no wrestlers burying management or burying creative. There's no wrestlers stirring up shit. There's no politics. There's no effing somebody over for a spot. There's none of this. Bro, let me tell you something. When you're in the business for as long as I am, when there's drama, bro, you know within the first 20 minutes. Hours and hours and hours are going by. And I'm just doing my job. And the wrestlers, the guys and the gals, are just doing their jobs. There's no unhappy campers. There's no long faces. There's no drama. Now, guys, I have to tell you, I've never experienced wrestling with no drama. I've never, ever experienced it. Ever. Believe it or not, when I was at the WWE, there was probably the least amount of drama there. But there was still drama, bro. There was still drama. I never experienced no drama in wrestling. I never experienced no drama in a locker room. Ever. Awesome Sauce, what's up, my friend? When are you going to run a show at Kirkin Hall, bro? Bro, that could be right around the corner, Kirkin Hall, bro. We got a new member. We got Wrestling Pedigree. Thank you very much, my friend. So, guys, you got to understand, I am a guy that I am going to sit back and I'm going to take everything in. And I am going to observe, and I am going to look closely how things are run. And I'm going to figure out real quick, bro, who are the troublemakers? Who are the politicians? I'm going to figure all that out really quick. So, bro, day one went by, and there was no drama. It was perhaps the easiest day I ever had. So I get home at night. I stayed for the show, bro. Bro, think about this. Violent J is in clown makeup at 10 o'clock in the morning. He produces and stars in a wrestling show. After the wrestling show, he does a meet and greet with Shaggy, ICP. After the meet and greet, bro, he's on the freaking stage. I swear to you, the only work ethic that I can compare this to is Vince McMahon himself. And I am being 100% honest. I was watching this guy go from 10 a.m. to midnight. And I'm like, I could not do that. I could not do that. The work ethic of this man, I can only compare to Vince McMahon. That is a shoot, bro. That is an absolute shoot. So I get home, bro. It's midnight. And my wife was, how did it go? And I said to my wife, I can't believe I'm saying this. It went great. Like it went absolutely great. J12, I stopped paying for keeping it 100. Boo Conan. Well, if you're going to pay them for false information, I don't know if you're really getting your money's worth. I mean, that's all I'm going to say about that. And my wife was like, what do you mean? And I'm like, here are the key words, guys. 3 words. 3 words. I had fun. Would you like me to repeat that for you? I had fun. I was respected by everybody. Everybody was a pleasure to work with. There's something really, really special going on here that I've never experienced before. Now, here's the kicker. It was the day, bro. It was one day. A wrestling historian, how does it feel to be the head writer again? Wrestling historian, like, bro, I don't even want to be called a head writer. I work with Jay. I work with the talent. I don't head writer. No head writer. I'm working with them. We're working together, bro. We're doing everything together. It's not about me. But thanks for asking. Okay, bro, it's one day. Everybody is going to be on their best behavior. So I went back to Denver a second day. And bro, here was the thing. Bro, I'm just going to be honest with you. When I was working in an indie here in Rocky Mountain, Colorado, when I was working in indie here, I would go to work the first day. I had to go back the second day. And if I'm going to be completely honest with you, I dreaded it. I absolutely dreaded it. But I had to get in suck up mode and I had to go do my job. I'm just being honest with you. And it wasn't that it was a particular person or a particular event. It was just the overall vibe. If I'm just being completely honest, there was a lot of drama. I'm not going to lie to you, bro. Even on the indie level, there's a lot of drama. There was a lot of drama. So I go back day 2, man, and I'm looking for the drama. Okay, they were on their best behavior on day 1. Now the wrestlers are going to come out on day 2. Bro, it was the same exact experience. Same exact experience. And I was enjoying myself. And it was fun. So let me bring Brian up here. Brian Rolex, what's up, my friend? What made you come back writing wrestling? The right opportunity at the right place. I told you guys I would never, ever, ever go back to mainstream wrestling company like AEW or WWE. I told you that. I told you I had no interest in that. I got no interest in their bullshit politics, bro. I am way too old for that. I don't play that game. You could take your politics and your drama and shove it straight up your backside. Not interested. So this was the right opportunity with the right person and the right place. Why did ICP leave WCW? Well, they were just a featured act. Wrestling historian, like they weren't there on a permanent basis. I mean, they were touring and whatnot. So they were just really a specialty act. They were never, ever full-timers on the roster. So now, bro, as I'm into day 2, I'm really trying to I'm really trying to figure this thing out in my head. Hold on, bro. I got some people cheering bits. Let's see. Troy, my friend Troy. Thank you so much for cheering bits. I'm trying to think of what's different. What is different that doesn't exist in other backstage wrestling companies I've been with? Like I said, bro, the least amount of drama was the WWE. And here's why. Vince McMahon. There was one boss at the WWE that not only everybody respected, but let's face it, they were a little bit afraid of. He was the boss, and he ruled with an iron fist. And you knew if you were a problem or you were an issue, you were going to be gone. That's why, bro, between WCW, TNA, WWE, there was the least amount of drama in the WWE. That's because of leadership. Okay, Dixie Carter, as much as I love her, was no Vince McMahon. Whoever was in charge of WCW, I still don't even know, was no Vince McMahon. And bro, this was the situation at JCW. It all started at the top. And it all started with Violent J. And bro, I got to tell you, the respect that everybody on that roster held for Violent J blew me away. Blew me away. And I'm not saying kissing his ass or nothing like that. None of that. But they respected him, bro. They respected him for who he was. They respected him for what he built with this company. And let me tell you something, bro. Violent J isn't one of these guys. I'm going to rest my forehead on your head and my hands on your shoulders. Nah, bro. I saw him get hot. Bro, if you want me to be honest, I saw him get hot at Vampiro. And when Jay is hot and Jay is not happy, Jay lets you know. That's part of being the boss, bro. You're not going to be liked and you're not going to be loved by everybody. And it is crystal clear. Freaking Triple H with the head on the head and the hands on the shoulders. You're the best, bro. You're the best. I love you, bro. You deserve this. You're the best. You're the best. And Tony Khan, bro, who's bro, look behind me. I got a freaking poster of Tony Khan. Where is it? At Rebecca De Monet's birthday party, bro. Jay was the boss. And when Jay wasn't happy, he let you know he wasn't happy and you respected it. And the amount of respect I saw this man treated with, I knew, bro, that was earned after years and years and years and years and years. And that was the key. That's where it all starts, bro. That's where it all starts. It is written, KJV1611. When will the first on a pole match be in Joe? Already booked, bro. We already had it. Bro. You're going to have to stay tuned. Wow, this is 200 something. Thank you, Mode Wazik. I remember 2 examples of your dirt sheet drama. Meltzer on your radio show to X and why he won't go to the steroid symposium. He thinks Vince is a liar. R.D. Reynolds interview for WCW book. Well, R.D. Reynolds, though, is a near dear friend of mine today. Me and R.D. are very good. We got another new member, 6 Hybrid. Thank you, bro. Guys, any questions you have about anything I'm saying, please let me know. Now, I got to tell you something, guys. I want to tell you, obviously, I'm speaking very highly of Violent J, obviously. I got to tell you what blew me away more than anything. I got to tell you, bro. Bro, with creative people such as myself, you are so kind of out there and your mind is so open and your mind is so free that you kind of don't let details get in. You can't deal with details, man. You can't deal with dotting the I's, crossing the T's. You can't. You want creativity, bro. You know, you can't deal in the detail. That's what Ed did. That's why Ed Ferrara and myself worked so well. I was this creative guy. Ed was the detail guy. Ed was creative too. Don't get me wrong. Very creative. But Ed was the detail guy. Vince, we missed this. We missed that. We missed this. We got to do this. We missed that. So as I'm sitting back and I'm watching Jay work, bro, the one thing that blew me away, I did not even see this with Vince McMahon. I have told you guys a million times, and I could give two shits whether you believe me or not. Vince McMahon cannot write a wrestling show. If you give Vince McMahon a blank piece of paper, he cannot write a wrestling show, very much like Triple H. They're not capable of writing wrestling shows. But Vince could pick out the nuances, and Vince could pick out the details. And if I had a 9 on paper, Vince is going to take that and he's going to turn it into a 10. You hear me say this all the time. But as I'm observing Jay, I'm watching him, bro, and obviously this guy's a creative genius. I mean, ICP, come on, bro. Fago, guy's a freaking genius. But very detail orientated. Very detail orientated. And guys, I'm telling you, with creative people, you don't see both. That is a rare combination, bro. It is a very rare combination. And when you see it, you know, bro, that is somebody that is really, really special. Alfie, thank you for the bits on Twitch. What's it all about, Alfie? That is a unique combination. That is a gift. I don't have that gift. I could tell you guys right now, I try to be detailed. It's not my strong suit, bro. It's just not. Louis M. Disco recently said you put WCW out of business and now Sportskeeda and Jokey Matter. What happened with Sportskeeda? They no longer going to exist. Bro, I don't know what happened with Sportskeeda, bro. I don't know their model. I wasn't involved in the business end of things. So I don't know. I mean, I was just told that all the shows were discontinuing, which I'll be honest with you, I didn't really mind because it meant that I no longer had to sit through SmackDown and Raw. And I was okay with that. But as far as what happened business-wise, I can't tell you, bro. Dabby Dab Z. Thank you, bro, for the 10 large. Very nice of you. Really enjoyed last night's show. It really did bring me back to the 90s when the Attitude Era was white hot. I hope to see JCW get a really good streaming deal. Whoop, whoop. Well, Dabby, I'm going to tell you, all you guys right here, man, the only way that's going to happen is if it does numbers on YouTube. That is the only way it's going to happen. I'm telling you guys, I'm putting my reputation on the line. You got to watch this show. You got to watch this show. Like I said, bro, you can't expect it to happen overnight. Things do not happen that way. But I promise you, there are going to be no mamby-pamby, sissy Mary, girly man wrestling Bro, I can't even say wrestling angles and wrestling stories because there are none. There are none. When Triple H makes comments like, oh, bro, we don't put together what we think would be a good match. We put together what we think would be the best stories. What stories, bro? I watch those shows. There's no freaking stories, bro. None. Zero. None. One guy wanting to fight another guy to see who the best wrestler is not a story, bro. There's no stories. I promise you guys, you're going to get stories and not one stories, bro. 2, 3, 4, 5. Every character is going to have a story. I promise you that. I guarantee you that. David, thank you, my friend. Will Ben Hameen or Stevie Richards appear in JCW? Hey, bro, listen, man. I think it's wide open to everybody. Jay has made it clear to me. He wants to open this up, bro. He wants to have surprises. And, bro, here's the thing. Everybody that works with this guy loves this guy. So, if Jay wants to bring somebody in, they're probably going to come in. So I think you're going to see a lot of that. Let's see. Thank you, Lawrence Laza Johnson. Thank you, bro. Love the new JCW episode with the surprise debut. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It is written, will we see the return of the Pope Mobile? Wow, bro. Possibly. Very nice. Alejandro, how would you book the WCW Invasion angle in 2001? Bro, I did a whole video on that. As a matter of fact, I did a whole video on that with Sean Oliver. So go to Kayfabe Commentaries, bro. You'll be able to get the video. I did a whole DVD on that. My good friend Jimmy Fingers. Vince, I don't know if you're family later. Jimmy, I'm going to guess that's familiar with Abaddon. But I'd go great working with the Outbreak, go get events, and then bring JCW to Boston. Yeah, I know Abaddon. Abaddon did some work over here in Colorado. I know Abaddon really, 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 really well, Jimmy. And I'm sure they're coming to Boston, bro. Jay just sent me a January schedule. And, bro, they're everywhere. They are everywhere. And, bro, it is amazing. The crowd that they still draw. I haven't even talked about the Juggalos yet. My God, bro, you talk about a committed, loyal, crazy, excited, respectable fan base. I was out in the middle of them, bro. I was in the middle of them. Unbelievable bunch of people, man. Unbelievable bunch of people. And let me tell you guys something, too. You know the ticket prices the WWE are charging? You know the ticket prices they're charging? How about this, bro? The next Lunacy show, which I will be at, I could tell you right now, November 22nd. If somebody knows where it is, November 22nd, please put it in the comments and smarten me up. I forget where it is now. November 22nd, bro, the next JCW Lunacy show. You guys ready? Let's see. I'm just looking, man. I'm going through a lot of I'm going through a lot of super stickers. I got to go back. Let me go through this. I want to see if anybody knows. I'm not sure where it is. You guys can look it up, man. Just go to their website. Harpo's in Detroit. Harpo's in Detroit. Bro, listen to me. You know the $8,000 tickets to go see Sami Zayn? You know those tickets? Bro, November 22nd in Detroit. Harpo's. JCW Lunacy. Free. Free, bro. Free. I don't know if you're familiar with that word free. Free. What free means, bro, is you go to the show and you don't pay nothing. Zero. You go in free. And that's not enough. Bro, they're giving away 500 turkeys. 500 turkeys they're giving away. Now, the only thing where WWE can relate to that is real simple. Ari Emanuel, the president of all this, he is a turkey. He is a turkey. So Ari Emanuel's a turkey. JCW giving away 500 turkeys. And it's free. And you're going to sit there and tell me these guys don't care about their fan base, bro? You're going to sit there and tell me you think juggalos are paying $5,000 for a ticket? So, guys, come out to that show. I am in the process of working on that show as we speak. November 22nd, Harpo's in Detroit. All right, guys, I want to get back to your super stickers and questions. Let's see. The Pope Mobile, we answered. The invasion angle, I answered. Jimmy, I answered. All right, here we go. Dust-free chick. Dust-free chick. Does that mean that there are chicks with dust, actually? JCW was good. What investor doing next? You're going to have to watch it to believe it. I'm just saying that. You're going to watch this show, and here's what you're going to say. I can't believe they're doing that. I can't believe they're doing that. You know why we're going to do it, bro? You know why? Because we got balls. We got balls, bro. Nobody's saying you can't do it. WWE, AEW don't do shit because they're afraid to do shit. Afraid of what? Afraid of what? Tool. Thank you, my friend. WWE needs Attitude Era 2026. Never, bro. Never. Bro, bro, I'm telling you right now. Triple H can call me tomorrow and say, Vince, I am a massive failure with creative. I don't have a clue to what I'm doing. I am going to put you fully in charge. I am going to fire Pritchard. I am going to fire Hayes. I am going to fire Heyman. And I'm going to give you $5 million for the year. And you know what I'm going to say? I don't think so. Not interested. I am not motivated by money. I don't know if you figured that out by now. I'm not motivated by money. I have everything I want in my life. I've got my Jeep. I've got my 2000 Jeep. I've got my 4,500 albums. I've got Penelope. That's it. I don't need the money. I am not motivated by the money. So I hear you, bro. Never in a million years would I ever go back to that political cesspool. Trav! FD, what's going on, my friend? Hey, Vince, congrats on the new venture. I'm glad the smartest man in wrestling is back. I will watch again now. Also, great job. Man, I love doing that thing with Maven, bro. What a great dude. I had never met him before. What a great dude. Hey, guys, I want to remind you, if you're enjoying this talk, and I promise you're going to be enjoying JCW, bro, you got to sign up to russosbrand.com. I'm going to bring a lot of those guys on. I'm sure Jay is going to come on. And if you've never been a Russo brand member, bro, you can get a free week right now. It will cost you nothing. Just go to patreon.com/Russo TWC. And if you like it and you want to join, bro, Tiers start at $3 a month, 75 cents a week. Now, I'm not going to give you a turkey, but $3 a month, bro. That's where it starts. Let's go to Steve M. Cliff. SmackDown under 1 million. Sad. Triple H sucks. You rock that. It is sad, bro. It's pathetic. It's pathetic. SmackDown doing under 1 million people is pathetic. And somebody needs to be held responsible. Seriously, bro. Somebody needs to be held responsible. Somebody needs to be fired. That's embarrassing, bro. That is pathetic. I don't care what was on the other channel. I could care less, bro. Under 1 million. Bro, do you guys know during the Monday Night Wars, WWE and WCW were drawing over 10 million people. 10 million people combined on Monday nights. They're under 1 million, bro. Lewisim, what do you think about Devon Dudley? Recent comments out Jim Ross was racist towards him. Bubba and Spike recently said they witnessed it. Yeah, bro, I've commented on this. And listen, man, I love Devon. Devon's my buddy. I'm gonna be on Devon's show soon. I don't doubt Devon says. I mean, my God, bro, I work with Devon Bubba very closely. Devon is an upstanding human being. But if you asked me if I ever witnessed Jim Ross in that light, the answer is no. I mean, I never saw that. I'm not doubting Devon and what may have happened with him. But if you're asking me, I never witnessed that. Dabby Dabs. Thank you, my friend. Man, guys, a lot of super stickers. Again, man, feel free to ask me any question, bro. Bring back the oddities, the surviving members. That would be pretty cool, Danimal. That would be pretty cool. Pretty cool. Man, guys, we got a lot of super stickers, a lot of donations, and I want to make sure I get to all of you. Let's go to Retro KG. Please book Karrion Kross and Scarlett into kills. Hey, listen, man. Me and Coach interviewed Karrion and Scarlett yesterday, bro. We had a great interview, bro. I listen. I would not say that is not far-fetched. Seriously. So stay tuned, man. Brian JCW, $5,000 a ticket, no free. Yeah. Can you imagine, bro? Guys, I'm just telling you, man, all the hard work, all the great talent there. If you don't watch the show and you don't support the show, it means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. For years and years and years and years and years and years and years, I've been hearing the casual fans saying, what happened to wrestling? What happened to sports entertainment? I'll tell you exactly what happened to it. Triple H, WWE, Tony Khan, AEW made the decision to cater to the marks. They made the decision to cater to an audience they already had. Why? Because that's easy, guys. That is easy. It's like I'm going to be 65 years old. It's like every day for 65 years, I woke up and I ate a Pop-Tart. Guess what, bro? I'm probably going to eat a Pop-Tart every day till I die. They already got those marks, bro. They don't know how to get new fans. They don't know how to get to casual fans. So it's much easier to cater to the fans they already have. That's what I love about Jay. Jay realized we got the Juggalos, bro. The Juggalos are great. The Juggalos come out in full force. The Juggalos are always going to be there, and we're always going to be there for them. But we want to go beyond. We want to bring in more people that are not familiar with us, that have never seen our show. How do we do that? He's the only one who said that. Have you ever heard Tony Khan said, how do we appeal to a more casual fan base? Have you ever heard him say that? That's what I love about Jay. That's business, bro. That's business. When ICP was first starting, you think Jay's goal was, oh, bro, we're going to draw 1,000 people at a concert. You think that was his goal? Hell no. His goal was, we're going to sell out stadiums, bro. We've got to appeal to the masses. But guess what? You guys are the masses. So if you don't watch it, it doesn't matter. It's that simple. But I could tell you this, from me to Jay, to the crew, to the talent, bro, we are going to be busting our asses. All we could ask is that you give it a try. That's it. That's all we can ask, bro. And I promise you this. If you watch one episode of JCW Lunacy, you're not going to walk away feeling like it was phoned in. I promise you that. I promise you that. So, guys, Thursday nights, 7 o'clock, there was a brand new episode yesterday. We started the angle with the new investor. Started yesterday. Just go to JCW Lunacy on YouTube. And like I said, bro, you could start with last night's episode. You can go back if you want to get familiar with the talent. But like I said, bro, if you guys don't watch, if you guys don't give it a fair shake, then it's not going anywhere. It's that simple. Johnny Karate. How does it feel to still live rent-free in Cornette's mind after 30 years? Put him in the category as Bret Hart with Goldberg and Goldberg with... Yeah, I mean, quite frankly, Johnny, I think it's pathetic. I stopped thinking about or caring about Jim Cornette a long time ago. The reality, bro, is I've become part of his stand-up act, and he makes a lot of money off of me, and good for him, bro. Like, Jim... If insulting me is going to put money in your pocket, I'm happy I can do that for you, bro. Louis M. Brian last went on a rant because you said you believe in the Illuminati. Oh, Brian last. He said you're a hillbilly that somehow came out of the Northeast. He's yeah, I do believe in the Illuminati. Who doesn't believe in the Illuminati, bro? I think if you don't believe in the Illuminati, you may be a hillbilly. Let's continue. Kevin. I know Kevin. Vince, I watched the last episode of JCW Lunacy this morning. It was fantastic. Vito was awesome. Love the zombie tag team. Guys, I got to tell you something. And I saw this the very first show I watched. There are these two guys on the show who identify as zombies. Young kids, bro. Young kids, 23, 24. They got a manager called Barnabas. Guys, I am telling you, this is the best act you will see in any pro wrestling today. And again, I am going to go back to committing to the bit. Bro, these freaking guys never break character. Bro, you know how when you watch The Walking Dead and they're always doing that gurgling? You know, bro, the zombies are always doing the gurgling. Bro, I'm cutting pre-tapes and I'm hearing this gurgling in the background. Bro, I have never seen, I'm gonna steal a Meltzer phrase. I have never seen character work like this before. They're kids. And the manager, Barnabas, oh my God, bro. Brilliant. I'm telling you, watch the show. Watch the show. And you will see, it will bring you back to characters and storylines and what the Attitude Era was all about. A wrestling historian. Please call Billy Corgan about writing for NWA. There's a lot of fan interest about this because their product is stale. Yeah, listen, man. Hey, Joe knew where to come, bro. Violent J knew where to come, man. So that ship has sailed, man. I am wearing my Juggalo jersey, and it's over. That's it. Brian, bring Lita or Trish more wrestler interviews. Yeah, guys, you're going to be seeing a lot of people, a lot of familiar faces, and new incredible freaking talent. What's the difference between an angle and a storyline, or are they interchangeable? DTA Steve, that's a great question. I would say they're interchangeable. A storyline and an angle are kind of one in the same. I am, though. I'll tell you what, Steve, on my show with Al, Lions, Tigers, Bears, and Head, I'm going to ask him that question next Thursday, bro. I want to see if he thinks there's a difference between a storyline or an angle. I think it's the same thing, bro. Let's see any more. Here we go. You guys are great today with the super stickers, man. I just hope you guys all join in and watch the show, man. Everybody. We had 1,000 people watch live last night. Man, I want 1,500. Let's get to 1,500 next Thursday. Slimy Meteor. Vince, are you my friend? Bro, I'm everybody's friend, bro. Yes. Mac T, watching Raw SmackDown feels like it's your absolutely, bro. That's why I'm saying, bro, when I was told with Sportskeeda that they were no longer going to be doing any of the shows, bro, listen, they took care of me. They were paying me well, but I was not upset. I was not upset. I think it's been 2 weeks now that I haven't watched Raw. I think tonight will be 2 weeks that I haven't watched SmackDown. And guys, I just got to tell you, it just completely changed my mood. It has just completely changed my mood, knowing that I don't have to sit there on Monday nights and Friday nights and watch those shows in their entirety and then try to review those shows when there's nothing to talk about. Lion Ratton just resubbed on Twitch. Thank you very, very much, Mr. Ratton. All right, guys, I'm getting ready to wrap this up, man. We're a little over an hour. But I do want to give you a couple of minutes, man, to get in any more comments, questions, whatever you'd like to ask me. Again, guys, please, man, you never been a member of the brand. Patreon.com/Russo TWC. Get your free week. Guys, whenever anything is free, take advantage of it. I'm giving you a free week. In Detroit, bro, at Harpo's, November 22nd, there's a free JCW Lunacy show. Free. And I'm telling you this, bro. I am writing the show as we speak. It is going to be a super, super, super show. I promise you. And you may leave with a turkey. No, not Ari Emanuel, a turkey. A Thanksgiving turkey. R. Sutton. I consider an angle to be short-term and storyline to be more long-term, just my opinion. I can see that, Mr. Sutton. Bro, do you really you're not embarrassed having that Titan logo as your thumbnail, bro? Mr. Sutton, a Titan thumbnail? Really, bro? That'd be the equivalent of me putting a New York Giant thumbnail. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this up. All I ask, guys, this is all I ask. I swear to God, this is all I asked. This is all I asked during the Attitude Era. It's all I asked at WCW. It's all I asked at TNA. Watch it. Give it a chance. If you don't like it, if I'm not doing my job, If I'm not living up to my hype, then stop watching. But watch it, because I promise you, I am going to deliver. Mrs. Sutton said, yes, I am. I am going to deliver my best work ever. And we are going to tackle subjects, storylines, and characters that you wouldn't even think was possible based on what you've been watching in wrestling for the last God knows how long. As I told you, bro, the very first episode, go back and watch it. It aired last night. The cliffhanger. Guys, remember cliffhangers? Remember that, bro? Remember cliffhangers? The cliffhanger of the show is the investor walks in, Big Vito, and catches a wrestler by the name of Cocaine doing cocaine in the toilet. Like, that has never happened at a backstage wrestling show before, bro. Bro, listen to old Vinny Roo. That has happened in the backstage of a wrestling show before. The very first night, a wrestler gets caught doing coke in a bathroom stall. This is what I am talking about, bro. Not, oh, I'm the best wrestler. No, you're the best wrestler. Oh, yeah, then prove it. Okay, tonight, you two in that very ring. Give me an effing break, bro. Please. Enough of that crap. But as I wrap up, I got to do this, man. I got to thank Violent J. I got to thank the entire crew at JCW. I got to thank all the talent for allowing me in their house. And bro, at 65 years old, almost 65 in January, I'll round it out to 65. At 65 years old, bro, you made wrestling fun for me again. Bro, the last time wrestling was fun for me was the Attitude Era. That was the last time. When I went to WCW, that was not any fun. It was fun the beginning of TNA. When Hogan and Bischoff walked in that door, it was a nightmare. As a matter of fact, you'll be able to read all about that in my new book. My third book, Total Nonstop Agony, is coming out next summer. And you will be able to read all about that. Jimmy Fingers, I love the small details like Big Vito getting a streamer from Jasmine in the white steamer from Jasmine in the white limo before he came in firing people. I am all in. And Jimmy Fingers knows I am all in with him. Oh, God, these guys, seriously, with Cornette said, guys, look, please, I could give a shit about Jim Cornette. But Mason, you did spend $5. Cornette said, you look 10 years older than you are. Ridiculous. You still have a full head of hair. He ought to be bashing Meltzer, right? So you mean to tell me, bro, you guys are looking at me right now. You mean to tell me I look like I'm 75? Bro, I know 75-year-old people. I don't think I look 75. But hey, listen, man. If Cornette thinks I look like I'm 75, good for you. Hey, Jim, I am interested in one thing, though. Can we take out a billboard to promote JCW Wrestling on your huge forehead, bro? Bro, I'd rather look 75 than have a forehead that goes on for miles and miles and miles. Because you know what that means, bro? That means you're balding. You're losing your hair, much like your buddy Dave Meltzer. I don't seem to be having a problem with my hair, bro. As a matter of fact, I think my hair looks very, very, very good today. But guys, I want to thank that entire company, man, for accepting me with open arms, for not judging me, for not believing shit that people say about me who don't know me, and just giving me the chance to show them who I am, to show them what I can do. And I am very, very, very gracious for that. Moen Wazik. Vince, fans like me would love if we got to give post-show reviews to suggest match pacing and show formatting. Bro, you could definitely do that. When you're watching the show, there's a live chat going on, bro. Jump in there, man. I was in there last night. Jump in there. We would love to hear, your comments, bro. Absolutely. All right, guys, I'm just going to see if there's any more last minute. Jimmy Fingers. If you did a Meltzer job, you would look like 35. No wrinkles, bro. Bro, I got to be honest with you. When I was watching back, when I was watching back some of my pre-tapes, I was saying to myself, bro, you're old, bro. You're old, bro. Make no bones about it. You're old, bro. That's what I was saying to myself. And, bro, I got no problem with my age. I got no problem with getting older because, with getting older comes freaking wisdom, bro. All right, guys, I am going to wrap this up, man. What a great, great stream. And, again, guys, please, man, 2 things. Get your free week of the brand. It will cost you nothing. Patreon.com/Russo TWC. JCW Lunacy. Thursday nights, new show, 7 o'clock on Thursday nights. Check that out. Remember, bro, we will be live in Detroit. Harpo's, November 22nd. Free turkeys, 500 free turkeys. I will be there. I would love to meet you all, man. That is it, everybody. It's been a blast. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Have a great weekend. God bless you all. I'll see you next time.